Hello, so this reading is for May 2025. Since we're in the last day of April right now, I decided to do a little reading for the next month. What can we focus on and what do we have to cultivate and to manifest and to look forward to in the next month? So this card, I drew 5 tarot cards and a Moonology card. So this will be the focus of and the main theme of the month. This card will reflect the possibilities of the month. This will be the challenges, and this will be the guidance for navigating the month so that we can grow through these challenges and take on these challenges and have these possibilities regarding the theme of the month. And this will be the outcome. And this will be sort of an extra card from the Moonology deck, which I've started using recently, which is also kind of an extra piece of insight for us from the Moonology side of things for the month. So this is the main theme and the focus for the month of May 2025. Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, so it's the 9 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups can have to do with wishes. It can be like the wish card, sometimes it's known as. It's about, you see, the guy on the card is pretty satisfied and happy with himself, can even be a little bit smug, has all these cups, has collected all these cups in the back. So, and he's, you can see that he's pretty happy with himself. So that is interesting that we got that for the theme of the month, because maybe May will be, for us, maybe it will have to do with trying to find that satisfaction and that inner sense of like, maybe I have done something right, maybe I have gathered things that I need and things that will make me happy. And so how can we navigate? These cards will kind of show how we can navigate our lives so that we can be happy. And it's also about, satisfaction, but it's also about not being smug and realizing that, well, you're happy when you appreciate what you have and realize that you have these things, and to not get carried away in the smugness of it all, and also just be appreciative that, things can get taken away from you as well. So it's about, you've attracted abundance in some way, you've attracted whatever you have in your life, you have attracted. And so it's about being happy with the positive sides of that, like the positive things that you have in your life, and not get smug about it, like, oh, I have, all these things and I'm better than others, because things can get taken away. And so it's about appreciating everything that you have that's positive, right? I think that's showing us for May 2025 is kind of one of the themes here, is that it is about finding our self-satisfaction. And satisfaction, yes, sometimes it does come from material things, but it's about not getting carried away in the smugness of the material things, like, oh, I have so much, abundance, or I'm wealthy, or whatever it is. And it's about appreciating what you have and realize that, well, you can attract more by being appreciative. You can attract even more by being appreciative of these things. The second card will be the possibilities. Maybe once we have reached a stage where we are truly appreciative of everything that we have, and we realize everything that we have, symbolized by these cups. This is the possibility, the possibilities kind of going forward, what we have to look forward to in terms of possibilities. Okay, it's the Star, and it's reversed. So maybe if you have been, let's say, lacking a bit of hope and lacking faith in your abilities, or lacking faith in, the world and your life, this is a possibility to regain some of that faith and hope, and that, well, you are a star, and you are, you have a lot of potential, and you have possibilities in your life just by being yourself. And you have potential just by being yourself. And so it's about regaining that faith and hope in what you're doing and who you are, and that life has the possibility to always evolve. It always evolves, and there's always going to be new possibilities if you believe in yourself. And so maybe the possibility here is that once you have the hope and the faith in yourself that maybe you have lost, since it's reversed, it might mean that you've kind of lost some of that faith and hope. But it's about regaining it so that maybe you can have more abundance, such as in this card. So if the focus and the theme of the month is being happy with what we have and realizing the abundance and the beauty of what we have, and not letting it kind of make us, arrogant or smug, but realizing that what we have is special. And so maybe the possibility is that you're going to get more of that. If you believe in yourself, you can cultivate the essence of yourself in a way that you will actually have more of what you have, and you can attract situations and things to yourself by being the star and by being yourself. But the challenges that we might have to deal with in this coming month is the Ten of Pentacles. So that's interesting because the Ten of Pentacles on one level has to do with abundance, financial abundance, maybe wealth, the things that you've gathered for yourself, maybe some sort of prestige in some way. And so if that's a challenge for us, maybe it is, again, it links to this card, and maybe it is the case that we need to realize what we have, but not get smug about it. If, let's say, if we're wealthy or we've accumulated a lot of material, prestige or success recently, that is to not let that get in your head to the point where you become smug. So that is the challenge. The challenge is our success. So if the possibility is to cultivate who we are and have hope and faith in that things will work out, then the challenge is to not let the things that we've already accumulated let us get carried away, if that makes sense. So the possibility is to have hope again in that you will have more abundance, but it's also about not letting the abundance so far that you've already accumulated to kind of let you get carried away. And the guidance for all this is this card, the Queen of Cups. So Cups is the suit of our intuition, our feelings, emotions. And so the Queen of Cups has kind of mastered and trusts in her own intuition, her own emotional stability. So you have the potential to understand yourself emotionally and to be nurturing towards others as well, because you understand people's emotions, you understand where people are coming from. And so you have to, that's the guidance card. So you have to kind of, well, it's kind of, not that you have to do anything, but it's kind of, the cards are showing that your emotional intelligence and your emotional compassion for yourself and other people is actually going to help guide you in these themes that we've talked about. So if you keep being emotionally mature and emotionally stable and compassionate towards living beings and yourself, then you will actually have more abundance as well. So you need to kind of keep this in your pocket, almost like keep that in your mind, at the back of your mind, that you can't let the material things kind of get in your head to the point where you lose a sense of what people want and what people need. Not get so arrogant and smug about material things that you forget about the emotional world, and you still need to deal with your own emotional world and the other people's emotional world, and kind of go towards people. Sometimes it's not just about selfish intention. Sometimes it is about, well, embodying the Queen of Cups in yourself. So having this emotional security and stability and compassion that you go towards others and help them maybe become the star, or you help yourself, and keep that in your mind about how you have the ability to be emotionally secure and stable, and you don't just need wealthy or like material things or wealth to have security. You also have a sense of emotional security in yourself. So it's not just about the material, but it's also about the compassion and the intuition and guiding people intuitively and guiding people emotionally, and being in touch with others, being in touch with yourself so that you can be in touch with others. So sometimes it starts with yourself, yes, but you also have to, take others into account. And so if you have knowledge about yourself on an emotional level, then you can more easily be compassionate towards other people. And the outcome of all this, if we deal well with these topics in May, the outcome is beautiful. It's the 10 of Cups. So that is beautiful. It's the card of being aligned with people, having joy. It's kind of a happy card, being in harmony with people around you. See, these people are holding each other. There's kids playing. It's kind of like a happy family card. So if we don't lose sight and don't lose touch of our emotional needs and other people's emotional needs and that emotional stability, and we don't get overly arrogant or smug, if we navigate the challenge of our own material gains well, and we don't let it overwhelm us, or we don't let our success sort of get in our heads to the point where we lose sight of everything, then we will find joy, and we will find people around us that are happier because we're happier. We can guide others emotionally, and then we can be a happy family together, if that makes sense. So I know that sounds pretty simplistic, but that's what I see here is that if we deal with emotions in our own emotional world and other people's emotions well, and we have that compassion, then that will lead to other people around us being happier, and we can create that happiness for others and ourselves, and we can be a happy family with people because we've done all this work, right? I hope that makes sense. Let's see what the moon cards have to say. So here we have, you can see, it's full moon in Taurus card, and it says your dreams need a practical plan. So that's another extra guidance for us for May. And it's interesting because May is like we're currently in Sun in Taurus, and Sun is in Taurus for a lot of May. So, but this is the full moon in Taurus. That's interesting that we got the Taurus card. So this is about taking practical steps towards what you want, and using the law of attraction to draw in what you want, but also balancing it with down-to-earth steps so that you can achieve what you want, right? Yeah. It's about being grounded and to find a balance between, like it says, your dreams need a practical plan. Get the balance between your own emotional whims and your emotions, and also just the practicality. So finding a balance between those things and being practical, even if you have all these emotional whims. I think the opposite sign of Taurus is Scorpio, so you might have all these emotional things to work through, but you can still be practical when it comes to the things that you want to do in life. So it's about keeping, if you keep this in mind throughout this whole reading, that the full moon in Taurus, really this has to do with being practical and finding something in this that actually leads to something practical. It can lead to our joy and our happiness and other people around us being happier. And there's some, material themes going on here while staying emotionally present, but then also being practical. So I hope that made some kind of sense. I hope you got something out of it. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, and if you want more from me, do subscribe and leave a comment if you want to give any thoughts about this. Thank you.